I think if you are in business, you need to be thinking outside the box all the time and looking at different ways to bring in some more income sources.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
The Abi Podcast. If you don't mind, introduce yourself, please.
Hi everyone, my name is Karen Grehen and I'm the owner of Lash Dolls Beauty and Training Academy, and we are located in Ratouth in County Meath and Kilkenny in Ireland.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
And then tell us about your beauty salon business.
So my beauty business started back in 2009 after taking a small career break from finance world that I'd been in basically all my career, and I had 5 young kids at home.
5 children.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So I was trying to, I suppose, get out of the 9 to 5 kind of job and trying to start something up myself, because I always had something inside me that wanted me to be my own boss. Mm-hmm. And I suppose having children really, really young, I wanted to aspire to kind of show them hard work and, you know, you can do things out of your comfort zone. It was something completely different for me. So I trained in a couple of beauty courses, stayed in my actual current role at the time while I was building a little business from home, and then took redundancy from PayPal, who I'd been working with for 6 years.
But how did you balance on the meantime, because you take a course and you have 5 children, how did you balance that life?
So I used to work doing my course. After the course, I used to do the work part-time from the house. So I was married at the time, so my husband would come in from work and he'd mind the kids, and I would spend 4 hours in the evenings trying to practice on models and new clients coming in. And then from that, I built a business that just expanded so rapidly that I was able to give up my career in finance and kind of set up my own beauty business from the house at the time. And from there, it just exploded.
How did you get your client, the first client? Tell us about your first client, the first memory.
My very first client, I had offered a girl in a local gym that was working in Ratouth Village to come and have her lashes done. So in Ratouth at the time, or in Meath, there was nobody doing lashes. There was barely anyone doing lashes in Ireland really at the time, back in 2009. So I had her come in. I spent 4 hours applying lash extensions to her. She went into a class of about 40 women, and within a week I was fully booked, because all these women were like, oh my God, what is on your face? And they were lash extensions, but like nobody knew exactly what they were. So she passed on my number, and literally within a week I was fully booked.
One client changed your life.
Yeah.
Explode Lash.
June, her name was, and she's still one of my longest clients ever. Yeah.
Okay, hello, June.
Hi, June.
Wherever you are. And how did you continue your journey of your beauty?
So after I took redundancy from PayPal, I obviously got some money as my redundancy. So I kind of invested a small amount into setting up a little room from the house. I converted it into a small little beauty room, a bed and all my bits. And I start buying in stock. But initially, after a couple of weeks, I noticed how expensive it was to even buy 1 box of lashes at the time, because nobody in Ireland was selling them. So I didn't really have a lot of money at the time because my mortgage was massive and I had so many kids. But I decided to start buying in tester samples of different products, because I wanted to actually start up my own brand, I'd say in less than a month of starting lashes. I could see a big, massive gap in the market.
You just start your business from in your house.
Yeah.
And then you think about create your own brand.
Yes, straight away. Yeah. So I start buying in some sample boxes, and then I had the idea but I was buying them in label free. So I decided to make my own stickers and apply my own stickers to the product at the time. And I was using them, obviously, to testing them out, and I was using them on clients, and they were working really, really well. So then I decided, as I was taking in more clients, I'd put a little bit of money aside and start ordering in little pieces of stock every kind of month, and start buying them in, and actually setting up a Facebook page, and then I started selling the products through Facebook. And the products were selling out.
What year are we going to talk about? What
this
year
was 2009.
2009?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it literally, within 6 months, I had my own branded products really I was labelling them myself, but they were coming from a really good supplier. That allowed me to buy small amounts, because I suppose at the time the industry was so small, like the lash industry was so small, that they wanted you to buy in massive amounts in bulk. But sure, I had no money. So I, kind of came to an arrangement with them that I would buy these small amounts, but when I got bigger, which I knew I would, that I would continue to buy from them. And I have, so I'm now, oh my God, like 11 years really in business. And I've been buying from the same supplier since day one.
And what was your inspire during that 11 years? What was like pushing you to be this you are at today?
Well, really, I suppose when the kids were smaller, it was more to have a little bit more freedom, to spend more time with my kids as they were growing up. But then I suppose having the freedom and being my own boss, and actually my kids watching me build this business from nothing up to this really, really successful business, even just from home, kind of pushed me to want to leave that house and actually set up my own salon. So I suppose like watching the kids see my business grow really, really young, and how hard I was working, that really motivated me to want to push further and do really well. So yeah, that's, like I left the house then after 6 years and set up my first salon. So that kind of, for me, going into the salon then gave me more time and more freedom out of the family home to build an amazing business.
Is that hard to have your own first salon? Like, how many chairs did you have in your own salon? Like,
so when we opened, I only had two beauty beds, and there was myself and one other girl that I had trained. And now we have 6 beauty beds in one salon. We've and 2 nail girls working in the same salon. So we have like...
You have like 8 staff full time working for you.
We have at the minute, we've got like 5 lash techs that do lashes and brows, and then we have 2 self-employed nail techs that do their own thing as well. Okay. So it's an amazing team, and we all really work together to keep building the business. Like,
how do you handle your staff?
So I have.
Sorry to cut you off. There's so many people complaining about the staff. They cannot get the staff, or they cannot get the right staff.
Okay. Well, they need to change their mindset first of all.
Okay.
And this is just something that I learned from, I suppose, doing some personal development and even in business. Like, if you go in with a mindset of I can't do this and I can't do that and I can't get staff and there's no staff available, you won't get staff. If you go in with the mindset of I'm going to get 2 people by the end of next month, you will have 2 people by the end of next month. There is people out there in every industry looking for work. It's just finding the right people that match your vibe. And that is one thing about my business. I will only take people in that fit my business. I don't just take people for the sake of having staff. I take them because they have to have certain things about them. They have to be positive. I don't want any negativity surrounding my business.
How did you find out that the positive things about your staff?
Because you have to meet them. You have to vibe with that person. So when I was setting up the business initially, I would meet these girls. They'd come to me, I want to get into beauty. So we'd have a talk about what they were passionate about, what is their life, their background, all that kind of stuff. So when you meet somebody, you can nearly tell from somebody their kind of mindset the minute you speak to them. Because if I've met with loads of girls over the years who would sit down with me and they'd say, I'm not working Monday, Tuesday or Thursday. I'll only do Friday and Sunday or whatever. Straight away, no, sorry, you're not going to be in my business. I want somebody to come in and say, I'm available to work whatever days you need me to work. I will work around whatever hours you need, whatever days you need, and I will give you 110% of my time and my effort to make your business grow, because I help these girls develop as individuals and I help them grow their own business within my brand. So it's not just they're working for me.
They work with you.
They're working under my brand for themselves, but we're a full big team and it works so well. Okay. Like we're 7 years now in Rathouth. I have the same girls 7 years who are all working for themselves, but they're working under my brand name. And they respect my boundaries and they respect my rules in terms of my stock and my brand, and they know what my ethos is, and they work within that.
What's the call of your brand?
Lash Dolls Beauty.
Lash Dolls Beauty.
Yeah.
And where did you get the idea of Lash Dolls Beauty?
Well, I was doing lashes, and I had this thing like girls are like dolls. So I just thought Lash Dolls was a really kind of catchy name, and then obviously we're in the beauty industry, so I just thought Lash Dolls Beauty.
Like, since when the beauty went boom? Like, what year are you talking about? Like, is that the Western Europe come to Ireland or Eastern Europe come to Ireland?
Do you know what? Beauty was always really, really good. Like there was always elements of the beauty industry that were really busy. I was never into beauty. Even growing up, I wasn't a beauty girl. I wasn't going out getting my nails done and my facials. I just was like sports and gym, and like it was only actually when I started getting into the beauty industry myself, I realised the potential is just absolutely out of this world. Like the lash industry that I'm in, so I'm not in a full beauty industry. I'm only in a tiny little sector of the beauty industry that solely is developed around lashes and brows. Okay, so that's a tiny little grain of sand in the beauty industry.
But you're well known in Ireland anyway.
Yeah, I am.
You're well known in
Yes.
Ireland.
I would be one of the top educators for the beauty industry in Ireland. And we've won multiple awards for Beauty Salon of the Year. I've won Lash Educator of the Year. I've won Beauty Educator of the Year. We've won Salon Team of the Year. Like we have an amazing, I suppose you have amazing experience, but I've also an amazing team. So I think when you have the combined efforts of everybody, it makes it really successful. And I think if you have a really good, positive attitude, it takes you places.
When you say team, how many are we talking about?
So at the moment, there's 7 girls who are
It's
working.
only girls.
Pardon?
Only girls.
Only girls for the moment.
Like,
yeah.
are you not going to hire any of these boys now?
I've trained a few lads. I have trained a few lads. But the lads seem to want to just do their own thing. So I have trained a couple of guys, and they are makeup artists, but they do kind of lashes on the side from home. So, there is lash techs
He's
out
been
there.
interesting doing on the makeup and stuff, are you?
Yeah, I think it's something, I think it's really fascinating. And I think, why not?
I think like there is more beauty, I think, challenge happening right now between man and woman. Could you take me there, please?
So I think men in the last kind of like, I suppose 5-6 years, men now want to really take care of themselves. It's not like when we were growing up. Well, like you're a lot younger than me as well. But when I was growing up,
I feel I'm older than you. You look so young, and by the way.
Guys, when I was growing up, were like in scruffy tracksuits, like muck all over them, didn't give a shit. Like now, lads go shopping, they do their facials, they get their brows waxed. You know, they're getting Botox done. Like this is the norm now, and why not? I think men look amazing now.
It is.
It's a massive business. So there's another little business opportunity for you.
Look, I think you should open a saloon for a man's only, because now you have a saloon for only the girls. Can you open a saloon for a man's?
Yeah.
Because I think the boys is a bit interesting, you know, especially him is very interesting. Look at him.
I'm telling you, there is a market for everything out there. You can literally open a business for anything. And if you have a positive mindset and a really good work ethic, you will do anything. You can set up a business in anything and make it work. I'll make anything work.
Can we open a business on 2024, like a man business? Because
yes.
I support all the way mans, you know. I'm a man Muslim brotherhood, you know.
We'll definitely set up a man-only salon for lash lift, brows. You can do anything. You know, like I have been asked to train like barbershops now. So in like facial waxing, in brow waxing, nose waxing, like there's all this kind of stuff. Like men get all this stuff done now. It's a massive business. And there's a massive gap in the market for it in Ireland.
Well, I got my face massage all the way in Manchester, not in Dublin, because
No,
there's nothing in Dublin.
No.
There's nothing in Dublin,
No. Like there is, you can see the big difference now in the barbershops in Ireland. Barbershops in Ireland now are gone absolutely through the roof. Every second street, every second store you walk past is another barbershop.
It's a lot.
There's loads, but there's none of them that are standing out because they're not offering aesthetics treatments. That's a massive business as well that men are going for, like Botox, fillers. Like that is a big thing now. So these barbershops need to start looking at the additional things that men want because they're losing out. And then I'm going to take over.
100%. Like I'm agree with you. I think my boys agree with you. We're going to be the first client, you know.
I'm
we're
telling
going to be
you.
first client. We will be business partner, you know. Could you tell me, please, about your brand?
Yeah.
Okay. Take me to your brand. I just
Okay.
want to see. I want to know because I have a team of the girls, you know.
Right.
Take me there to your brand. Because I
Okay.
want to know. And I have 2 girls as well.
Yeah.
You know.
So I initially, as I said, set up my brand by buying in some sample stock.
Yeah.
And it really worked. So I was selling stock that wasn't, you know, it wasn't my own brand as such. So I kind of built on that. But before, when I started bringing in the brand and popping my own stickers on them, I had started setting up a training academy in the background behind all that. So I was kind of always thinking of what's the next thing I can do. I was still doing lashes. I was looking at my own brand, but I also wanted to educate people on what I was actually doing. I had gone and done a train the trainer course while my kids were really small as well. I'd only been doing lashes 6 months, and I decided, right, education is kind of my next step. I knew it was the next big thing for me, and I wanted to integrate it all into the one business when I opened the first salon. So I decided then to buy in my own proper logo, everything, get my own logo designed. I had my own products made. So I knew exactly what I wanted from the different samples that I was getting in. So I was able to chop and change things around to make sure I was getting the highest quality products that I could on the market at the time. And I have stuck with, as I said, with the same supplier since the end of 2009.
Since day one.
But then from that I decided to, I suppose, bring in my own tools. So like you have to use like lash tweezers, scissors, you have loads of different things that we'll use tool-wise. So I decided to develop my own products in them. And like that, I had to go searching outside of Ireland because there was nobody here to help and support any Irish business. So I found an amazing supplier for them. So they're all handmade, they're hand-filed, they're made to exactly the way I want them. So they have all been developed, and have my own brand in them for 5 years now. So I start adding on bit by bit every single treatment that I was doing in the salon. I decided, rather than me buying in somebody else's product, why don't I make my own?
Exactly.
So everything that we use in the Lash Doll salons and my brand ambassadors around the country all use Lash Doll's products. There's nothing that I buy in that's not my own brand.
Okay, everything you use at your salon, it's your own brand.
Is my own brand. Yeah.
Right. And is your brand only in Ireland or in Europe or
I
globally?
have. So I have some stockists in the UK, and I have one girl in Hollywood in the USA.
Oh, very nice.
And yeah, so I have a good few, like I have lots of brand ambassadors and lots of stockists around Ireland. I am trying to get in a little bit deeper into the UK at the minute, but lashes would be quite big in the UK as well.
UK is a big market, obviously. The UK is a big market.
Yeah, it is. And Ireland is tiny.
It's very
in comparison, you know. But so I have a couple of girls in the UK. I have a couple of girls in Belfast who use all my brands. They tag me, they buy my tweezers, they'll post reels about my products, and it's great because they might be just buying 1 or 2 products a month, but they're still promoting my business at the end of the day. So that's my business getting out there into the market in Northern Ireland or London or Liverpool.
Right.
Do you know, so I am trying to build on that end of the business. But the products wise are they're amazing. And I
wish you can bring some of them we can show tonight, you know.
I know, sorry.
Or next time.
Yes.
Next time.
Yeah.
If you pass like a picture to the boys, they will tack it in, you know.
Yeah, I will. I'll send.
They will tack it in. And how do you update the beauty system daily basis? Because every day the new market coming in, the new style coming in.
Yeah.
And how did you update all that?
So I would do myself about 4 upskilling courses a year, especially in lashes, because that's my main element of business now for training. So I will upskill myself, then I'll upskill all of the girls in my team, and we'll bring out all the new trends. So anything that's new that's coming into Ireland, stock wise or training wise, we are notified first because we have our suppliers, so they know what's the next big thing. So they will contact me. Listen, Karen, this is what's coming in next month. Do you want me to send you some products now? You can trial it in the salon, take some videos. So I always have up-to-date trends and new products coming to the market before they're launched in Ireland.
Right. And you just say about your training classes.
Yeah.
Take me there to your training classes.
So the training academy,
if anybody doesn't know,
yes,
you can join your training classes, or you can link your website name.
Yeah. So we run a full beauty training academy now. So we have gone from training 5 girls a month to 25 girls a week.
Wow.
And it is literally like just amazing. So
25 girls per week.
Yes.
That's 100 girls in a month.
Yeah. So it's just literally blown me away. Like, it's incredible. But so the training courses, we run the training courses on a daily basis, and we train girls from age 13 to any age. So we run separate student courses. So I have girls that are in school. I help out a lot of girls that are kind of dropping out of school, and I work with the schools to get them into a little trade. So they have I help them set up a little business as such from home, so they can train with me from age 13 to 17. in our teen courses, and I keep them separate because obviously they're younger. Then we have our general public courses, so anyone can book onto those courses, and we run them daily from Martouth, from our academy in Martouth, and they're fully accredited. So anyone that trains with us, once they complete their case studies and they're certified, can work anywhere in the world with our certs, and they can get full insurance anywhere in the world with our certificates. So it's fully accredited.
Are you giving the certificate?
Yes,
Okay.
but our company, all my training courses are accredited through a company called AIT Ireland, who are the accreditation board.
And then if the person has your certificate and she can get a job in anywhere in Europe or anywhere in
the world, she can go anywhere. She can become self-employed and have her insurance, or she can go into any salon and they can get insurance with our certificate. So it's really good.
And say if you have like 100 students per month, are you sure what's the toughest time you have with your student during, I'm sure they all not going to be the same mentality, the same talent.
Yeah.
There's some of them like quick learners, some of them slow learners.
Yes.
How did you balance all that? Take me there, between you have 100 students you have.
So I run them in really small groups.
Yeah.
So I will only take a maximum of 5 people per course. And because you need to have really one-on-one time with the girls when they're training. So the first part of our course is a lot of theory. So we run through all of the theory that they need to know, contraindications, there's health and safety, product knowledge, everything they need to know about becoming a lash technician. And then we do some practical work on a mannequin head, so they're working on a fake head. And then in the afternoon, then they actually work on real people. So I will spend the time going to each individual student, going through all of the bits and pieces that they need to know. You're always going to have different types of learners. So you'll have, like that you said, you're going to have quick learners, you're going to have people who are really nervous. It's about making them feel comfortable in the environment that they're in and helping them as much as you can. So I won't allow the girls to leave until they complete a full set of lashes. They're fully comfortable and confident in what they're doing. Because that's the reason why I got into education. My first course was absolutely brutal. I left and I hadn't got a clue what I was doing. So in my head, I always had the idea of becoming an educator so I could teach people the correct methods, how to do it right, make them feel confident leaving. That's a massive thing, and giving them a boost. We help them with their social media. I help them set up their little business if they need it. So it's not just a lash course. I teach them everything from start to finish. Pricing, like how to set up your social media, how to post on a Sunday about your availability for the week. So it's a lot of things, and I support them for years after the course. It's not just they leave on the day, there's your certificate and off you go. They need to complete case studies for me first.
Do you still contact them?
Yes,
Do you
I'm
still
in contact
chase
with
them, or all of them?
I don't go chasing them. The client, they know what they have to do. Okay, there's no really time frame for their case studies, but I do recommend that they have them done sooner rather than later, so then they can be certified and they feel better, and it makes them more confident having their certificate, knowing they've qualified, because they might send me work and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, you need to redo that because it's just not good enough, or they could have areas that they just need, I suppose, more support on. So I will go back and forward with those girls. Sometimes they'll come back to the academy and they'll sit with me for a day as extra support. The majority of them will go off. They're really excited about starting their new career in lashes. They're going to make some good money. They're going to have really good products to use. And they've got online support from me forever. Back for additional courses then. So they might train with me for lash extensions first. They become qualified in that. They're getting really, really busy, and they'll come back and upskill in brows or lash lift or nails or whatever it is. So we are continually getting the same students back over and over for more business. Okay. Which is amazing.
Do you get all your students only from Ireland or from globally?
Which are my stock?
You're a student.
Oh, my students, they come from everywhere.
Still from everywhere.
Yes, so I've had students travel. I had one girl that was home from Australia for 6 months and trained with me. She was one of my clients. So she has gone back to Australia now.
Do you give a discount to her? She came all the way from Australia to here. You should. I think you should give some discount for her.
No, seriously. I've had girls from the USA. I've had girls from Morocco. I have trained girls from all over the world. It's funny because when girls come back to Ireland, just say to travel a bit, or they're here for a while and they're interested in beauty. Like they either get recommended to come to us or they will Google us and find that we're the top ranking training academy in Ireland. So they'll come to us, and I'm very personal. So if somebody reaches out by email or by the website, I will grab their number off them. I'll give them a call and within 5 minutes they're hooked and they're booked on to my course.
You just make them happen.
Yeah, because I know how to sell my business because I'm so passionate about it, and I know it works, and I know my training is amazing, and I know the benefits that they can get out of doing this for a living, or even as a sideline if they have a full career. You know, like we have girls who have been trained doctors who are now lash artists and making more money as a lash artist than they were as a doctor. So it is just a no-brainer, really. If you have that interest and you have the passion, you'll make it work.
You make it happen.
Yes, you'll
but
make
it just, I think you need a small push.
Yeah.
A small push, and you have to trust yourself, believe yourself.
Yes, that's
to
it.
make it happen, and then go.
Yeah.
As how you started it, it's beautiful. Like, you know, how you started it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You know,
Yeah.
like, and the way you started, I think I wish people can learn from you.
Yeah.
You know, and then follow you. How do you start? You know, as a single mother with the 5 children.
Yeah.
Start from home. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And you become this level of life is very successful woman. You know, you
Yes.
have like a train 100 student, and you have like a 80 student full time as a team work with
Yes.
you, and then you have a brand. That's amazing.
Yeah. So like I've kind of worked at that. Now I have gone from 7 days a week working to 3 days a week. And like I have literally cut my hours, but I have 4 different sources of income. And I think that's a big thing for anyone in business. I think having just one source of income is great. But then if you're self-employed and you're out sick and you've no other source of income, you are screwed.
I think one income is not enough at the moment.
No.
Absolutely not enough in Dublin.
No, I think if you are in business, you need to be thinking outside the box all the time and looking at different ways to bring in some more income sources. For me, like I'm working on a load more at the minute. Like I have 4 at the moment, which I don't even need to be working for, and I have an income coming in. So I can be sitting at home and my phone is ping, 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 ping. That's me making money. Like, and I think that's what a lot of people in business need to start looking at. It's that it's not just, you know, the hours that you're putting in to get the money that you're going to make. You need to be looking outside the box and bringing something else into your business to create that revenue while you're not working.
Wow. And then, would you interesting to go to some school as a volunteer to teach people? I'm sure there's some schools, you know, they're not very well educated at the moment.
Yeah.
Would you help some girls like?
Yes, so I'm actually doing that at the moment. So I have a programme through the Deaf Schools in Ireland, which are the underdeveloped and like kind of areas in Dublin that are not, you know, they'd have like less money, kind of more poverty-stricken areas. Okay, so I work within the schools to help young girls that are interested in beauty. I will train them for free.
Yeah.
And the school will then provide a small kit from my stock to give them as a, I suppose, as a help
as
or
a
whatever.
gift, just they can start their own things.
So I will do the training for those girls. So I'll go into the school, we'll use the school hall, or they'll arrange for them to come to the salon, and we do small groups of young girls, and we will teach them a little skill. And then that's bringing them into their home then to bring a little bit of more income into the home. We're also trying to work on a programme to have the parents involved so that I can teach the mums a skill, so that we're teaching the mums and the daughter or the son.
There's so many mom stay home doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
What's your advice for them?
I just think at the end...
Or there's a mom and the girls stay home, like, or there's only one job and they always broke. What was your advice for them?
My advice would be find something that you feel passionate about, or something that you have an interest in.
Or something you're good on it.
Yes, and make it work. You're not going to be good at it at the start. But if you have any way interest in anything beauty, anything business, any type of a job, just take that little step, take a leap of faith and believe in yourself and just do it. Because once you take that step over the line and actually start doing something that you're interested in, it becomes a habit, it becomes a lifestyle, it becomes part of you. And you love it then, you know. So there's lots of ways. It's not just about setting up a business. For anyone who's a stay-at-home mum, obviously if they have an interest, go and take that chance and do it. I know a lot of mums, after they have kids, they lose their self-confidence, they lose their self-worth, they kind of lose themselves because they're at home taking care of kids all the time. But trust me, I had 5 young kids and my business was only running 8 weeks and my marriage broke up. I had no choice but to motivate myself to get up every morning.
Where did you get your motivation? How did you motivate yourself with the 5 children, do the business, hit the gym, look after the kids?
I'm quite a motivated person anyway, but for me, I know my self-worth. So for me, it was like I wasn't going to allow anybody else to take control of my life. It was for me and my kids. So I would get up every morning, go to the gym. My kids were tiny. I'd drop them to my mum's. I'd go to work and I'd do 10 hours in the salon every day and come home, collect my kids and come home and jump into bed at 9 o'clock at night. My motivation was having to pay my bills, having a good life for myself, building a really good life for me and my kids that I can take them on 3 holidays a year as a single mum. I can do all that now because I've worked so hard and I pushed against everything that could have held me back. But I made it work because I had no choice. But I loved it at the same time. Do you know? So I loved what I was doing. So it gave me the motivation to want to push more. And the more I succeeded, I don't know, the better it felt. So the more I'd continue to want to grow more.
You know, there's so many single mothers, they're always complaining, like, we cannot do this, we cannot do that. I'm a single mother, I have like 1 kid or 2 kids or 3 kids, you know, but you have a 5 kids and you did all this very successfully, you know?
Yeah.
And,
I think it's either in you or it's not. But I think everybody has a choice. And I think for me, you know, as a single mum, I wanted a certain type of lifestyle for myself. But I also just wanted to be able to pay my mortgage at the same time. So for me, the lifestyle I wanted was to be able to keep my health and go to the gym and pay for a gym membership every month, but also pay my bills and pay for my house to keep my kids safe. So that was my motivation, you know. So I think for anybody that, you know, that is a stay-at-home mom and they're looking for something, just find something that has a purpose for you or you have a little bit of passion about. Yeah, you have to want to do it. Do you know, you have to want to do it and you have to want to work hard to get to where you are. I'm quite lucky. I was saying this to you earlier on. I just think because I'm so positive in my mind and I know exactly what I want, things just happen for me. Do you know, my mum calls me 4-leaf clover. but I do work hard for it as well. But I just think, you know, everything in life you have to pursue if you really want to get to the end goal.
Did you get the work side from your mom's side or from your dad's side?
Definitely from my dad.
From your dad's side?
Yeah, my dad's self-employed and he's such a grafter.
Right. If you want to give one advice to your team, what was it going to be?
So one piece of advice would be to stay yourself. Do not change for anybody. Because, and I say this to all of my students as well, okay? You can build a business or a brand based on yourself, not on the service that you provide. Because I found for my clients, yes, I had an amazing brand and I was offering amazing services. My clients came back to me for me. We built a relationship. We built, like, I don't know, like I have friendships with most of my clients now because we have such a good bond. So they do come to the salon for their treatments, obviously, but they also leave feeling absolutely amazing because we have some fun and we've got a good connection. So don't change who you are to try and mimic other people because your clients and people around you will come back to you for you.
Right. If you're going to recommend 3 movies.
3 movies, oh God. Anything.
any movie like
oh God,
the more motivation to the people to watch it and to learn.
Jeez, that's a very hard one. The Wolf of Wall Street, that's probably one of my favourite movies ever. Oh God, what's the one with Will Smith and his son? The Pursuit of Happiness.
Okay.
And oh God, what's the third one? I don't know. I can't think of a third one.
That's be fine. What's the plan in 2024?
So 2024 is going to be...
What are you looking in 2024? How big you want to be and how do you in the next level? You know, how many saloon you have a plan in worldwide? So
2024 for me, we've already started. I nearly have it ready to go. So 2024 is going to be my biggest year in business, 100%. I'm launching... beauty and wellness train the trainer course. So I'm gone from now training students into treatments to now training those students into becoming educators. So I'm launching this train to trainer course, which will be solely for the beauty industry and hair industry. So I'll be teaching them how to set up a training course, how to write their manuals, how to set up their room, the different types of learning styles for so they'll become educators like me. So I'm going to teach them how to set up their own business like that.
I think I'm going to bring you again.
Are you?
I am, because like you're very interesting, and the plan you have, I think it's a very good for a viewer. They can learn as a woman you are, you know, and they can take her as a model, you know, as a mentor. What she started it, maybe you can give some plan for them in 2024. You know. And then they can start from there. Maybe they contact you from here. You know, they can be a mentor for them.
Like that's I want to actually. Well, I've started kind of a program for a business mentorship, like yourself. Like, so I've been working and I've been contacted like massively out of the blue by companies who are already established. Like one of them I was with on last Sunday in Wicklow. So I've gone in and I'm trying to help her rejig her business in terms of how her setup is, and she's gone like over 20 years now, and she's looking for a rejig of her business because of my model and the way I run my business model. So that's something that I'm looking into as well for 2024. So between my business mentorship program that I'm going to be running and then also my train the trainer, I'm going to have the best year ever.
Would you open a saloon for my 2 daughters?
Yes.
Thank you. That's it, guys.
We call it the Lash Doll.
I think all the questions done. It was great to having you, but you can say what you can have a few minutes. You can do whatever you want to say it to the listener.
What do I want to say?
Anything you want to say?
So I just want to say thank you to Abi for having me on the podcast this evening. And if anyone is interested in having a chat with me or booking onto any of our courses, you can check us out on lashdolls.ie or on lashdolls_Ireland on Instagram. And I'd love to have a chat with anybody who is interested in pursuing a career in beauty or becoming an educator for the beauty or hair industry. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. That was really good.